Oh, and look at that. We are live. How's it going, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm CobaltGM, and I'm incredibly excited to have you all here today as we dive into a brand new game. All right, a two-shot set in the thrilling homebrew world of bioapocalypse. Now, before we get started, I want to clarify something. Here at CobaltGM, we're all about the love of tabletop role-playing games and immersive storytelling. We're not in this for profit yet. And we're not sponsored by Evil Genius Productions, the creators of the Everyday Heroes RPG system we're using for this two-shot. We're just a group of avid RPG enthusiasts who want to share our passion with all of you. So, if you're here for some epic storytelling, heart-pounding action, and a chance to explore a post-apocalyptic, actually present apocalyptic world where nature itself has gone wild, you are in the right place. We've got an amazing cast of characters ready to face mutated creatures, unravel mysteries, and build alliances to survive in this challenging new reality. Remember, you're not just viewers, you're part of our community. Feel free to chat, ask questions, and even suggest ideas as we embark on this incredible journey together. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the incredible world, the dangerous world of bioapocalypse, and see what adventures await. Take it away, GM Alloy.
Yeah, so the biggest plot twist is I'm game mastering this time.
Yeah!
Welcome.
No.
Okay, that's it. I quit. But seriously, thanks everyone for joining us. Super cool being able to do my first live stream game for you guys. I've been looking at this Everyday Heroes for a few weeks now, and I really like it. I'm very happy that we can do this, and I have three wonderful players to join us today with us. As Cobalt has said, please throw in some ideas, some suggestions. If you have any questions about the world that I've been making up, by all means, throw them in there. But with that, I'd like to get started with our players introducing themselves. Cobalt, please give a quick rundown of your character, any specialties, anything like that you want to share with us.
All right. Well, as he said, I'm Cobalt. Well, usually Cobalt GM, but right now I'm just Cobalt the player, and I will be playing Mark the mechanic. He does have a last name, but he doesn't like to use it. But aside from him being a mechanic, he's actually a Firewatch Ranger, and uh, he has no idea what's about to happen. But he's a man of few words. He typically lives off the land and lives alone. But those skills of living off the grid and surviving on the wilds is going to come in handy.
For sure. Um, Typhoon, can you give me a quick little rundown of your character for us, please? Ty?
Uh-oh. Have we lost the audio on the Tyster? Hmm. Well, on to the next then.
Oh, Drago.
Well, let me go help him with some tech for quick.
Okay, well, they are doing the tech side. I will run down a quick little synopsis of the story so far.
Ooh.
The year is 2028, about
Mm.
midsummer. We are currently starting off in the Yellowstone Park area, but 1 month ago, there was several devices releasing a strange mist all throughout the world. All of the major cities were hit, and cross continent, this green mist covered the land. Shortly afterwards, they were able to discover that it was not just mist, but it was some form of newly genetically modified pollen. And
Ooh.
shortly after that, they noticed a huge increase in the plant life's growth, like expedited growth to the point where roads were being closed off in highly exposed areas,
Oh.
and everything seemed to be fine. This seemed like a wonderful thing because the carbon emissions had been going down because more was being absorbed. There was
Mm-hmm.
more food plentiful for everybody. But things are about to start taking a bit of a sinister twist.
Oh.
How you boys doing for the tech issues?
Still working on it.
Okay. So to keep things moving, we're actually going to jump into a nice little cutscene here. It is dark. The sun has gone down. The cool air has begun to crisp up, and everybody around a campfire, they're joking, they're laughing. A couple of drinks are being had. They had to sneak them into the park to do it. But everything seems to be having a good time. Up until a rustle in the bushes. A man stands up. He has to pee. He knows there's wildlife out here, so he brings his rifle just in case. He's off in the distance, just far enough so that nobody can hear the wicked leak this guy has to release. And everything is good. That sweet relief of a full bladder being drained. When he hears something rustling in the bushes beside him. It's probably just a raccoon. What harm could a raccoon do, right?
Right.
That's when something grabs his leg and begins dragging him screaming and kicking into the darkness. His friends, another 3 hunters, get up and go running after him, trying to find where their friend had gone. All they see is claw marks in the soft dirt going straight up a tree. They look up and all scream in horror as small furry animals descend upon them.
Oh.
The gnashing of teeth, the snapping of bones, and eventually silence. Only the sounds of a freshly hunted kill. The next day, we are going to start off with a wonderful scene where Cobalt, your character Mark the Mechanic, is currently at the Firewatch station.
Okay.
What are you doing? It is bright early in the morning. You just got up a little bit ago.
Most definitely. Mark is he's going through his usual stretching and workout routine, all the while listening on an old school radio, some not news radio, but he's listening to some station where they talk about like the latest innovations in technology. And so he's just listening to that while he's doing his calisthenics, he's doing his push-ups, and all the while he's able to look over at his drone/robotic pup. It's a full dog. It's just small because I was low on parts, and he has this he has the display across the nozzle for eyes, but instead of it showing the digital eyes, it's actually counting my reps.
Why does this sound like one of those plastic robo dogs everyone used to have back in the day?
Listen, don't judge where I got my parts from, okay? It was plentiful.
Hello. I can kind of hear you, sir.
Okay, I don't know what the heck.
Ooh, you sound
My
real good
microphone
now.
will usually work better than this.
Oh.
Sometimes you just have to kick it. Or restart it.
And, I just did a restart on it. But I think I got everything up.
Alrighty, I will jump back to you guys in a little bit. Right now, we are starting off on Cobalt's story.
Right.
So, yes, your robo dog has a display on its eyes counting your reps. Every time, what are you doing? Push-ups, sit-ups, crunches?
I am doing push-ups right now.
Right. And every time you go down and then back up, you hear bark. 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 Woof. As it prances around excitedly for your new progress. You are only 3 more reps away from your new record. Please give me a strength test.
Oh, first roll, and it gets to be a strength test. Something go ahead.
Yeah, not your speciality as far as I know.
It really isn't, but I at least I have a plus on it. All right, I'm plus 2 on it. So
right, it was your dexterity that's kind of your hand-eye coordination sucks.
Okay. It's fine for what I need it for, okay? Let's see what happens.
You sure about that?
Ooh,
15!
Okay, with a 15, you push yourself, and you drive yourself a full 10 reps beyond your normal before your arms can take no more. Your
Mm,
current count is sitting at 33.
okay. Ugh. But after that, just gonna go ahead and step back onto my heels, stretch my arms, my back, my chest a bit, and uh, just take a breath and look out the windows to the majestic Yellowstone forest outside.
Oh, wonderful question. Is your robo-dog a corgi?
It's more like a beagle, but
There it is, folks. He has a robo-beagle.
yes. But remember, his name is Bolt.
Alrighty.
Isn't that a Cowboy Bebop reference?
No, but
The corgi is,
yes.
but his name was Ainz,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. I think it was short for Einstein, but he was the smartest damn member of that crew.
He was. Great. Now I want to watch Cowboy Bebop. But
You're welcome.
I still have not gotten around to watching the live action when I hear it's terrible. All right. And
Yes.
anyways, so I interrupted you, Draco, or Cobalt, like a jerk. Continue.
most definitely. But after that, I am going to go hit the showers real quick. But I'm going to be turning up the radio, the ham radio, because unfortunately there are campers out there, and it's about time for them to start checking in. So I'll have that radio going while I'm going to be washing up real quick and getting on my ranger uniform.
Yeah, for sure. The other watch stations are also checking in as well. And it sounds good, but you hear one of the stations call out for Party Thomas.
Party Thomas.
They were some hunters in the area that were supposed to be, checking for excessive wildlife and that kind of stuff. Too high of a wolf population or anything like that can really throw off the ecosystem. So sometimes they do bring in hunters to take care of a higher population of predators. Or, in some cases, deer and whatnot, because the ecosystem has to balance itself out somehow.
Most definitely.
But as far as you can tell, they are getting no response from the Thomas party.
Okay. So after I hear that there's no response, it's time to shut off the water and grab a towel, wrap it around my waist, because we're playing a tabletop role-playing game, so I get to be buff in this.
Being buff in real life is too much work.
All right, I get to go ahead and look good coming out the shower with just a towel on, right?
Yeah, rippling muscles still glistening from the water from the hot shower.
Mm-hmm. And so I'll head over to the radio, grab the I think it's called the receiver. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And just click Watchtower 36 to Party Thomas, Hunt Party Thomas. Do you copy?
Sorry, Station 36. We've been trying to get a hold of them for the last 20 minutes now, and they still have had no check-in. It's park policy that one of us has to go check them out. You are the closest ranger. We can send somebody else, though, if you have other agendas today.
No, it's fine. I'll give them a look-see.
All right. We're also coming up on a nearby resupply. If you need anything, just let us know.
All right, I'll send over the list.
Righto. Station 24, out.
And with that, he goes ahead and tosses the receiver onto the hook and just takes a deep breath, looks over at Bolt. Still got that list, boy?
He kind of cocks his head and bark. Nods in agreement.
Transmit that list. I'm gonna go ahead and get some clothes on and start up the good old Jeep.
Woof.
All right, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead, get dressed, grab my bag, go down into the garage, turn on the Jeep, and wait for Bolt to hop in before heading out to check out this party of hunters that haven't checked in.
For sure. You go down to the Jeep, you climb in. You could hear the clicking of Bolt's feet as he follows the stairs down towards the Jeep as well.
Mhm.
And with It's almost like a spring-loaded hop. Like, you ever see those dogs that, like, the whole thing is just them lifting up every time they jump? It doesn't look like a natural jump. They're springing with all 4 legs.
Yes.
Yeah, he basically does that right into the back and then sits.
Once again, do not judge where I get my parts.
All right.
Mhm.
And with that, you begin heading off to the last checked-in location.
Alrighty. And the 4-wheel drive. Let's go.
As you rip down the trail, heading towards the campsite.
Mm.
It doesn't take you very long to get there, about 10 minutes of a drive. You get there, and you see another ranger.
Oh.
Ranger Bradley. He's kind of a dick. Sees you pull up, he's got his hands on his hips, his short shorts and everything. And he looks like he's impatiently waiting for you as you pull up to the scene. Give me a perception test, please.
Most definitely. And so, just making sure that my perception is where it's supposed to be. I realize just how dangerous this area is. So I will definitely be keeping my eyes peeled. Got a 13 on that perception check.
Okay, with a 13, you do notice that all of the tents, all of their gear, is still here. It actually looks like the fire completely burnt out last night. But there's a smell in the air, and you've been around dead things long enough to know what that smell is. It's blood. As you approach the campsite, Ranger Bradley, well, it's about time since you got here. I've been here for a full 5 minutes. What's your excuse?
Let's go ahead, give him that look. Look down to his feet, back up to his face.
He is a rather tall man, standing about 6'1", a sleek 195 pounds, you estimate. Kind of a wiry build. He's got his aviator sunglasses on. His square jaw is chewing on a bit of gum. So, what took you so long?
I'll just go ahead, just go back to looking at him for just a brief moment. Just tell him, nice shorts. I'm going to unsling my rifle, and I'm going to see where these guys went and see if I can track them.
Thanks for the compliment on the shorts. Geez, man, you need to spend more money on some clothing. But I've kind of looked around. I haven't seen anything here. I think they cleared out.
I don't get paid to just think. I get paid to confirm.
What are you, like, Spec Ops or something now? Nerd.
With that, just give him that stare. Sure, short pants.
Hey, they are practical, okay?
Why don't you go ahead and skip on? I'll see what happened to the Thomas party.
Hey, look, just because you were the first one who responded does not mean you are the only person who responds. I'm here too. I'm going to take a quick look around here, see if I can find maybe a cell phone, see if they were drinking, doing drugs or something. You go poke around the bushes like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you do that, short pants. And with that, yeah,
Out
I'm
of
going to go
character,
ahead.
I love that you've already named him Short Pants. All right. So with that, you begin your little scope around, and after a couple of minutes, you do notice some unusual tracks around the campsite.
I do have the tracker special feature, though.
That's advantage on tracking survival tests, isn't it?
This is true.
Okay. If you would like to make a roll for that, absolutely.
Why do I have a feeling that I really did put my foot in my mouth? I should have just let you describe it. Right? But let's see what happens. Still, well, 15's not bad.
15 is not bad at all. But yeah, you're looking around and you do follow these tracks. They look like tiny little hands, very similar to what you see with raccoons having.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, but you do follow them around. As you're following, though, you do come across a huge amount of blood. Like it covers a very large area, and it's more blood than any one animal has in it.
Hmm.
But you also see several drag marks. Some up the tree, and some go further into the woods.
Yeah, I'm making sure my rifle's locked and loaded. Safety's off. Eyes peeled.
Okay. Well, if your eyes are peeled, I'm going to need another perception test.
And another one you shall have.
Because you rolled high enough on your survival, I'll give you advantage on this one, too.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. And that is going to be 23. Not a nat
Okay.
20, but still a very high number. Yeah.
With a 23, there is a couple of things that you noticed.
Mm.
For one, it looks like there are probably a good dozen different sets of raccoon tracks. But the ones that is the most unsettling is the ones that go up the tree. Rather than like just getting a good grip on the bark and climbing, they are actually tearing into the tree to climb it, showing a higher level of strength than any raccoon you have ever seen before. But as you follow the tracks, that's when you notice something's dripping from the branches high above. You kind of take a step back, you squint a little bit in the bright sunlight, and you see the remains of a human skeleton. Partially eaten, the gear has been ripped to absolute shreds. You can see parts of the orange safety vest that he was wearing. His fur-covered hat is barely hanging on to his skull. The eyes have been eaten. Most of the soft flesh around the face is gone, leaving exposed teeth. It looks like they ate everything soft and then left him up there. Whatever the hell these things were. But with that, you see that there is at least one person dead out of Party Thomas.
Well, first I take a moment to view my surroundings if I see any threats before seeing if there's a way for me to get closer.
Thankfully, there is one thing. Raccoons are largely nocturnal, so you are aware that it is very unlikely that they would continue to be a threat now if that's in fact what these little things are. But you also know that this is a fairly wildlife-filled area, so it won't be too long until something comes around smelling the blood.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to have Bolt mark the coordinates of this location. Have him send that to my phone.
He kind of cocks his head to the right. You hear a ding and woof.
Yeah, I got to get a closer inspection. I mean, it seems as if the raccoons did this, but raccoons are normally not this strong nor this violent, correct?
Correct. Raccoons tend to be more scavengers. They're not active hunters.
All right. I got to get a closer look. I'm going to
Are you going to climb the tree?
I am going to climb the tree.
All right. Give me an athletics test, please.
But before I do, safety first, of course. Dig in my bag, take out my rope.
Fine. Since you're doing the smart thing, I'll let you have advantage on the roll. You can't just live dangerously, can you? That'd be funny.
Not yet, but trust me, it's going to be coming.
Come on!
All right. Got my helmet on.
Killjoy.
Right. Let's see.
What's next? The climbing hooks?
Look, we're dealing with the average dice bot, all right?
Okay. With the 13 I see that you rolled, you are able to successfully climb the tree and get up to the the person up top.
Mm.
However, as you're about halfway there, you hear a voice from behind you.
My job. Find anything? Short pants?
No, it looks like everything just kind of stopped partially through last night. I did find a couple of empty beer cans, but nowhere near enough to be an actual issue. Oh my god, what is that up in the tree? And this is like just as you get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do a quick roll here.
Oh, that's never good.
Oh, okay. As you get up to that level, you put one hand on the branch to pull yourself up, and it snaps, causing the weight of the corpse to shift.
Mm.
And the branches that were holding it in place also break, causing the corpse to begin to start thud, thud, thump, 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 splat!
All right.
As Ranger Bradley is now covered in gore.
Yes!
And with that, we are going to zoom out, and both of my other players are now in attendance, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, crisp
Good.
and clear. Now, if you gentlemen would care to tell me a little bit about your characters, please.
You first, Draco.
You've been thrown under the bus, boy.
My character's name is Oren Draken. He is a part of a specialized unit in the military that gets transferred back and forth between other spec op units to fill in slots that need to be filled in, usually for like combat reasons. But there's a little more skill sets than just that. Right now, if I remember right, I am in a training exercise with another player.
Yep.
That other player would be you, Mr. Typhoon.
I am also military, Israeli,
Mm.
sniper trained, working my way through the ranks, and just part of a joint training session.
For sure. So, our lovely player that Typhoon is playing is known as David.
Is David.
He is a Mossad special agent, which those of you who don't know, that is Israeli intelligence forces, and they are currently on a co-op for training exercises to help expand the relationship between the U.S. military and the Israeli special forces.
Mm.
En route, the two of them are sitting in a helicopter. Just the two of them. The other team was supposed to be dispatched separately. They're going to be dropped into a zone and have to fulfill the objectives independently. They have the those ear muff things that help you so you don't get deafened by a helicopter with the radios inside of them. And en route to the mission, headset. Yes, that's the word. That's the word. It's not long until they receive communications. The pilot, Officer Marinus. Hey guys, I'm getting a notice from headquarters. I have to deviate you to another thing. We just got a call come in.
A call?
Yeah, it sounds rather important. It's only about an hour detour, but we have to head to Yellowstone Park.
Do things like this happen frequently here?
Lord, no. This is the first time we've ever had to actually take any special forces, but they asked for you two specifically.
Intriguing.
Once we,
or is it training?
this is an op.
All right.
At which point I will break out my rifle and reload it instead of the blanks that I'd be using for training going live.
For
I'll be
sure.
doing the same.
For sure. Anyways, you switch over your ammunition to live rounds and continue on the trip. Do you two say anything in the meantime, or did you just kind of like mentally brace yourself for whatever's to come?
That's pretty much where I'm at, mentally bracing.
Due to the fact this is like my normal, I take a nap.
Just kind of like tips your hat down enough to block the light coming out, and he can almost sleep on command. He has been trained that well.
Yes, training. Yes.
Hey, you know how much mental discipline it takes to fall asleep at will?
Especially in a helicopter.
Thankfully, you've
Whop,
got the
whop,
headsets.
whop, 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 whop.
All right. So, jumping ahead a little bit, you guys are being lowered to a nearby watch station. It is station number 23, and you see a female ranger standing there waiting, and she's waving you down. She's a petite brunette type, big geeky looking glasses.
Yeah.
Lowered as in dropping down ropes on rappel, or as in the helicopter itself is dropping close enough that we can step out?
Yeah, the clearing is large enough the pilot is able to drop you off.
Okay.
So at least this way it gives you a chance to grab all of your gear and everything before he takes off back to the airfield.
Ooh.
Swinging the rifle over my shoulder. Bag's already on. Step out.
All right. So, you can see that this woman is very pale. It doesn't look like it's entirely her complexion. She looks like she's got a nice sun-kissed glow to herself. But as she approaches, she's like, "Hi, I'm Ranger Amanda. Uh, I'm so glad that somebody showed up so fast. We just put in the call in a little bit ago. You're very heavily armed, I see."
We were on a training exercise.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, like, chances are the biggest thing you're gonna see is a brown bear, and you know, most of the time we can just pepper spray those off. I mean,
What's
unless you,
the situation?
so to my understanding, um, we have had at least one fatality. Um, I'm I have not been given a lot of details, but uh, I am been given instructions to take you to Watch Station 36, which is the closest one to the event, and from there, I believe everything is up to the 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 specialists. That
The
is you.
ladies are back.
I know I heard that wrong. You didn't say throw the lady in the bag, did you?
No,
No.
is that
The ladies are back.
yeah,
I ain't
our,
throwing the ladies in
Oh!
the bag.
our spouses got back.
Oh, the women are back. Gotcha.
Okay, I heard that wrong. Thank you.
That's
Oh.
why the boys here are going nuts.
Honestly, I didn't hear the dogs go off at all.
Yeah. Great noise
Wow,
cancellation.
nice.
Yeah,
And that's just straight off my phone.
yeah, that's pretty solid.
So I'm gonna look over to Ranger Amanda. Is that her name?
Yeah.
I need a map of the location.
Oh yes. Right away. I have a spare one up in the watchtower. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
And you see her kind of head up. She's got a kind of athletic build for her being so damn gangly. You can tell she's got really nice legs. But with that, she's up the tower and she's back down with just a couple of minutes with a a paper map. She hands it to you and she's like, "I know the park is absolutely huge, so we try to mark down areas of interest if we absolutely have to. It really helps, especially when we have several campgrounds. I mean, did you know the Yellowstone National Park is 2.2 million acres big?
Ma'am, you said there was a dead body.
I'm sorry. I have to deal with the tourists a lot. It's habit. Here you go." And she hands you the map.
Thank you.
Yeah, you open it up and you see that there are 50 watchtowers clearly marked and their locations. You're able to see that at 23, your current location. You are in the northern eastern part of the forest or of the park.
Northeast.
Is there
Northeast,
a
yeah.
topographic style map showing elevation and all?
Yes, it does. It also points out
Good.
where the mountain ranges and everything too, where the supposed supervolcano is.
Right. The topographic, it shows elevational changes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you have a good idea of where the mountain is and where like the flatlands are.
Right.
Right.
So we meet up at Tower 36.
Yes. I have been instructed to take you there specifically.
All right.
So without
go.
further ado, hop in the truck, and you see it's it's only a front seater pickup with an extended box.
I got the box.
Not cramming in there. All right.
All here.
All right. So Draken, sorry, pops in the back, and David gets the pleasure of riding with Amanda as
Okay.
she
Well.
constantly spews information about the park, the wildlife.
As I get into the truck, she slides into the driver's seat. I
Yep.
slide in next to her. The barrel of my rifle's got to go somewhere. It's going across her lap.
I'm rather uncomfortable with this, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm not pointing it out the window and risking getting it damaged.
Mm.
You could just put it in the back.
No, I can't.
Okay. And she nervously puts the truck into gear and begins driving down the trail. She is still trying to tell you facts about the park. However, you can hear a clear note of nervousness as she has got a very large rifle right in front of her face. Granted, not pointed at her face. It's still intimidating.
Reach in my side pouch, grab my binoculars out as we come by landmarks that I'm remembering from the map. Start taking in views, watching for signs of whatever's moving out there, keeping
For
mental note.
Give me a perception test, please.
Perception is where to go on this. That's off of
Yeah, if it's
intelligence or-
wisdom. If it's not listed
Wis-
on the sheet there, it's your wisdom modifier.
okay. Wisdom, so +2.
And make sure you're putting it in the one shots dice box. There you go.
Yeah.
It did the right channel, unlike me.
Hey, I have done it more than everybody else combined.
Plus.
I even do it like mid-mission when we've already been rolling dice.
Yes, this is true.
Ah, damn it.
Come on, give me those clickety-clacks.
What in the heck?
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Well, I
My
wouldn't
bad.
say big time. You got 80% of it.
Right. Exploration.
And let me move this. Move this.
Tonto's still with us in spirit. He's fonzieing the dice box to make it work.
Oh, +2. There we go. That's better. Ta-da!
With an
Ooh.
18, as you guys are driving around, you look out the passenger window and you see a good sized buck. Large antlers and everything, and it's standing there watching the truck go. But as you're driving by, you swear to God, it growls at you. You see it bare its teeth, and you can almost feel an intimidating presence come out of it. But more
That
importantly,
is not typical for that animal.
no. Another thing you do notice is that there appears to be some sort of plant growth on its antlers as well. Almost like it's trying to hide itself. You know,
Okay.
like camouflage.
That's, yeah, exceedingly weird.
Uh-huh.
Definitely keeping mental note of that. And
Sure,
I'm
sure.
asking, I will ask Amanda here, you ever seen that before and point at the book?
Well, I mean,
Specifically, the look and the camouflaging he's doing?
Since that whole thing that happened last month with the green cloud thing, we've been noticing a lot more plant growth. So maybe it's just some type of vine that's growing on the antlers?
Green cloud thing. Tell me more about that.
Uh, well, as I was telling you, here in the Yellowstone National Park, we have always had a good amount of um, biological diversity, including rare flowers, herbs, and a large category of animals that live in the area. But we've been noticing that for one, the plant life has bloomed ever so much more, and we're starting to discover there are more undiscovered plants that are growing here now. We even have a full-time botanist living in the area that's been doing research on it. Cobalt, help me out. What was the name of that character again?
Lily Chen. It was
Lily
Chen.
what?
Lily Chen.
Chen. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it again.
No.
Yes, it's a botanist named Dr. Lily Chen. I hear she's absolute foremost in her field.
Hmm. No, he's actually hanging out by himself.
Draco, what is Orin doing in the back there? Are you looking around too?
Yeah, just kind of scoping out the surroundings, but not looking for anything specific.
For sure. Give me a perception test, please. My lord, you guys are rolling fantastic today so far. What the hell? I don't think we've gotten anything lower than a 13 total so far. All right. With a 17, you are able to notice, for one, you do see the buck that you guys are just driving past, and you swear to God, it's giving you the stink eye. But one of the other things you do notice is there are a large amount of birds. You're not quite sure if they're crows or ravens, because either way, they look bigger than they should be in general, but they are flying in large amounts over top of the tree line.
Like they're flying away from something?
No, circling, actually.
Are they circling us?
Some of them are.
So doesn't we have radios for the training?
Oh, of course.
There was a weird deer, and we're being circled by birds.
Here, didn't see the birds.
That's largely
Did you
because
notice
inside the vehicle, it's harder to look up than,
Right. Did you notice anything in particular about that buck?
Did I?
Yeah.
It was the same buck that I described to him, so it had what looked like almost camouflage on its antlers, like leaves and other vegetation.
Vegetation on the antlers looks to be given a stink eye.
Yeah. That's what I was meaning. Don't look normal to me. I'm not familiar with the flora and fauna of this part of the world, but no, not familiar to me.
Well, my first thought would be, is it mating season?
You guys are getting into the later part of summer, so it would be about that time. Usually it's before fall that they start getting into mating season. At least that's my understanding. I am probably mistaken, though. I am not a hunter. Anyone in the comments, please clarify this for us. What is mating season for deer? But for right now, I'm retconning it. Yes, it's around that time.
Yeah, Mark probably not knowing enough about the situation marked it up to be that, and he just got his antler stuck in a bush.
I don't think I've ever retconned reality before.
It's all right. It's what we do.
All right. But with that, it only takes about 20 more minutes before the ranger pulls up to another station, and she's like, "All right, we're here. I need to get back to my post. But all the rangers have radios that are connected on channel 46. Dear Breed Lane,
Thank you. And I'll slowly slide the barrel of my rifle across her thighs as I get out of the truck.
Okay, that was awkward.
Excuse me.
Are you trying to do it intimidatingly or intimately?
No, or just, more towards the intimidation side.
Well, she
More
is a third your size.
Beware of the little women. Always beware of the little women.
Okay, can validate that. All right. But with that, she stops. You guys are able to grab your gear and disembark, and she backs up, turns around, and starts heading out. And pretty much as soon as she's past the clearing, you hear she's accelerated to get away from you faster.
Come on, a bit too strong, bro.
That was the desired result. She talked too much.
Okay, that's a matter of opinion. But you guys disembark. You do see there is a tarp covering something vaguely person-shaped. There is another ranger in short shorts. He's sitting at a bench and just kind of like staring off into nothingness. He's got red stains on his shirt and shorts.
It's brass bears.
They are.
And there is also another ranger there, also known as Cobalt. And a small robotic dog beside him that looks vaguely like a beagle.
He the killer?
Wow, that was quick.
I was pointing at the guy with red stains on him.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me. But all right, but yeah. So
Well, I mean, to be fair, I introduced Cobalt, and you're like, is he the killer?
he's the killer. Mystery solved. Roll credits. No, but
Oh God, it was a twist. The black guy.
but no. So yeah, Mark, my character Mark is just going to pretty much look Bradley up and down. Just shake my head no.
Bradley is still looking off into the bushes. He has not really spoken since he made the radio call to the other rangers saying that there was a fatality.
So what's with him? And I'll point at short pants.
So, oh, dogs. Anyway, yeah, Mark will just give these two soldiers a once over with the look. Couple of missing people. Thomas party, hunters. One's dead, seemingly mauled by a whole bunch of small animals. Maybe raccoons, but maybe some possums. Something small with hands. But I have never seen him do something like this. I went ahead and I'm showing them a picture of it that I took with my phone, so they can see what we're working with.
Looks like they ate him.
All the soft parts.
You're telling me the man got in by raccoons.
like raccoons.
Draco, your cat just gave Nicole a heart attack.
That's what
It's the
did it.
raccoons!
It's the raccoons.
Right, right. Itchy come up and tapped her on the shoulder on her way through. Come behind.
Excuse me, ma'am, you're in my way.
You were about to become a flying cat.
Most definitely. Yeah, Mark is going to look at these guys and just ask, military?
Here I am, called in from training for a raccoon situation. What, they got rabies?
I don't know what they got.
Rabies doesn't affect large numbers. This looks like it was done by more than one.
Agreed. Like I said, I don't know what they got, but I know what they're going to get. I go ahead and cock my gun, put my right hand out, shake your guys' hands. Name's Mark. Yours?
I'm Oren.
Or
David.
David. Let's go see what did this.
Can I get y'all to roll me a perception test, please?
It's coming.
Oh! I never claimed to be a mature. Oh! There it is!
The first nat one. I got it.
The first nat one of the night, yeah.
I got it out the way, y'all. Make your rolls.
Okay.
I'm checking on Bolt.
Maybe
Making sure.
Tonto shouldn't have smacked the dice roller.
I'm still flabbergasted some man got by a fucking raccoon.
Potentially a raccoon.
Like a raccoon. Oren, it's on you, man.
I already rolled.
Yeah, none of you got higher than 10.
But he got the 10, so hopefully he
Yep.
sees something.
No, it's a beautiful, crisp, clear day out.
And there's a man got by a raccoon.
Yes. Very unsettling.
And the dude covered in blood.
Yep.
A shell shot.
Sure.
I guess I
But-
should introduce this here is Ranger Bradley.
Huh? Oh, we have guests.
No. We have soldiers. Why don't you go ahead and get cleaned up, Short Pants? We'll take it from here.
Oh, okay. Can I use your shower?
No. The hose is over there.
Oh, okay. And like he just silently goes over to the hose and the water pump and everything, turns on the generator to give it he gives it a few pumps, and starts filling a bucket. But with that, what do you guys want to do?
Gentlemen, we have other hunter parties out there, and whatever got him, we can't let it get them. I suggest we go back to the scene of the crime, see if we could track these critters down, give them a lead injection, call it a day.
Language
What
I
are the objections to the critters? But do you have a way to communicate with these other hunters?
Go ahead and whip out the radio. Each of them is equipped with a radio. They're supposed to radio in. So far, everyone's checked in aside from the Thomas party. Speaking of which, we have at least 2 more of that party still missing.
And I'm sure you've got those that have radioed in on their way back.
Tower 24, supposed to be taking care of that.
And what areas were these 2 missing last known to be in? Bring out that map.
Whip out the map, and then I'll have Bolt use his laser pointer nose to
More.
have him laser highlight the area on the map where we found the Thomas Party camp that had, already fizzled out in the middle of the night, as well as where we found the body.
Yeah, it's about 4 miles southwest of your guys' current location on the map.
Okay.
So by vehicle, it would only take a matter of like 20 minutes to get there.
Short pants.
And the map shows actual roadways getting to it.
Roadways a lot less, but there's a lot of paths.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not really much for paving. It's all either naturally
Right.
trails.
Oh, I know that. I'm
Yeah.
very familiar with Yellowstone. There are quite a few paved roads, but most hunting trails are just that, trail.
Yeah, I should have talked to you more about this in hindsight.
Oh, quick question. Did Short Pants get the name of this guy? Did we find his ID and whatnot?
No, basically once the gore happened, he just kind of shut down.
Got you. What did we do with
Short
the
Pants.
body? Because
It's currently wrapped up in a tarp.
yeah, I need to check his pockets.
Okay. Go and give me a search test, please.
Sure.
Or investigation, sorry.
Oh. Now I'm a little worried. I am not proficient in investigation, strangely enough.
Is it wisdom or intelligence based? I can never remember.
Well, which is it?
We'll say intelligence.
Yay! I have a shot.
Only
And
one.
with a 6, what do I glean from the stuff in his pockets?
Yeah, so you basically like rip the tarp back. You can see a bulge in the left side pocket of his pants. You reach in, you grab it, pull it out, and flip the tarp back over. Inside, you find a driver's license identifying this man as Walter Thomas. It sounds like he might have been the guy who was hired on to do the hunting, but he's also got a couple of credit cards, some petty cash, about $20 in loose bills. Photo ID and his hunting license and everything. He looks to be pretty legit.
No. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put the wallet back without the ID and the hunter's license. Hand them over to Short Pants. Run his name. Find out who was with him. Radio me back.
Oh, okay. I'll do that once I get cleaned up.
Make it quick. My frequency's already on the chalkboard upstairs.
Okay.
With that, I'll return to the soldiers. What are y'all frequencies in case we get separated?
Exchange frequencies. But I
First.
tell him, I do believe where this looks like it was done by multiple of these creatures, it would be best if we stayed together. There's only 3 of us.
Agreed. But just in case.
Right.
Mm,
By all means. And I'll give you my frequency. Make sure we're matching frequencies.
good. All right. Everybody, channel 3. Let's move out.
Are you guys gonna travel together to the spot?
Yeah. I still got my 4-wheel drive Jeep gassed up, ready to go.
Yep. Well, and worst case scenario, you've got a couple of jerry cans in the shed by the watchtower too.
Mm,
You need to be prepared when you're out in the bush.
most definitely.
Right. But with that, you guys head off, and it does only take like I said, about 20 minutes to get back there.
Mhm.
And you guys again come across an abandoned campsite, 4 tents, a burnt-out campfire. And if you want to know anything more, you guys got to give me a roll.
All right.
Perception, please.
Awesome. Actually, out of character, Draco Typhoon, You guys mind checking out this site? I'm going to see if I could track the other two. I mean, I'm not going to leave anywhere, but I
Okay.
want to just find a bearing on which way
oh,
the other two
okay.
possibly would have went.
Okay, so I feel like some math is not translating here. And Cobalt, you're
Yeah.
smart enough. You should have caught on to this, at least
Mhm.
character-wise.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 tents.
Mm-hmm.
You have found one body,
and I'm trying to find out what happened to the others or which direction they may have gone.
but you keep saying the other 2.
Oh, right. Sorry. I got a lot going on over here. Okay. Okay, cool. We're missing 3 people.
Which is why I'm saying your character's smart enough to know this. I am giving you information.
Thank you for the information. All right.
I'm gonna go through the tent, see what type of gear they left behind. If they like ran in fear or ran in. Or,
Perception. You said.
Yeah, perception, yes, please. God damn. That's a 21 for Ty, 11 for Orin, and then our wonderful Cobalt got a 6.
I didn't even roll yet.
it's rolling right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I see a 6. That's his previous one, I'm guessing.
And this is for perception, right? Or am I doing my tracking?
It's perception.
Okay.
This is just noticing anything different about the camp since you left last time.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 21, 15, and 11. Okay. So Raylan, goddamn. Draco, you notice that there are 4 tents, a burnt out campfire, and all of the food and everything is still here.
Like even the snacks.
Even the snacks. Cobalt, you notice that even like their drink cooler is still here. All the water and everything with melted ice inside of it is still here.
Mm.
Typhoon, you notice probably the most upsetting thing is people's car keys and that kind of stuff are still attached to their bags and everything. Everything they need to get out of here in a panic is still here.
Well, let's see. I don't have tracking per se, but
Survival is applicable.
Yes. All right. Is there any identifiers so we know the names of these people we're looking for?
You see that the tents actually have the markings on the stickers nearby the doors.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they all have like tags like polyester and that kind of stuff. In some situations, a lot of people will write down their names on those just so that they're easy to be tracked.
Mm-hmm.
You see Walter Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
a Jared Lenson, a Michael Phelps, and a Terrence Oligard.
I have a storm coming in, so I gotta go check on some plugs real quick on my RV.
Okay.
So I'll be tagging along with whatever Cobalt's doing.
You poor soul.
Come on, man! Off the cliff we go.
Hi ho, hi ho! It's off to fall we go.
Mm-hmm. Fall damage is an illusion. Okay.
Fall damage is all perception based. It's fine. It's
Well-
only poking through the skin.
Right.
I don't even have survival listed here. Not that I'm finding anywhere.
Wisdom would be the modifier then.
Okay.
Hmm. And he's tracking.
He didn't really say what he was doing. He just said tracking isn't
Looking
showing up.
For tracks, human and or animal out of the camp.
Okay.
And of course, I'm helping him out.
Or attempting to
Cobalt, are you
ascertain
helping
what
him
direction.
or are you rolling itself?
How about this, Ty? Unless you got it out, I'll be the primary on this. You help me since I already got advantage. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, 14. Never mind. Even with advantage, it's only 1 higher.
Yeah, but still, 14 and 15 are solid numbers. You guys do ascertain that is all heading in the same direction,
Oh.
and it leads you. Well, you've already discovered this spot, Cobalt. The the tree
Right.
with the corpse in it. But from there, you guys do notice that there are 3 drag paths heading further west.
Hmm.
And this is information you both have. You can see like pretty clearly with those rules that there are 3 separate drag paths.
Okay. And you said even though they
They're
all
all
go out in
heading
different
west?
directions, they all go west, right?
Yes.
Need a little bit of elevation. Is there a tree nearby I can go up and look in that direction?
Yes. There is in fact a tree. Cobalt is very familiar with this tree.
Right.
Well, yeah, he could climb it this time. I do hand him the rope and the helmet, you know, safety first. And while he's doing that, I'm just pretty much keeping guard and watch at the base of the tree just in case.
To be clear, and I'm sure he is wearing this, his gear does involve a heavy ballistic vest and a ballistic helmet as well.
Oh, okay.
If it can stop a bullet, it should stop a rock.
Oh,
You know, his neck on the other side, that's a different issue.
Then that would just be off strength that you want me to roll then?
Or athletics. Athletics if you have.
Or athletic? I do have athletic. Let's see.
So yeah, while he's doing that, I'm making sure that Bold is updated with all this information, including the names of the other 3 missing victims: Jarrett Linson, Michael Phelps, and Terrence Oligard. And if he's still connected to the internet, if he still has internet access, I'll see what he can find on them on the net.
Does it state what your robot companion's abilities are, out of curiosity?
Not so much skill wise. Let me actually. I should have this information right here.
You did share it to me, but I didn't look at it overly aggressively.
Yeah, it doesn't really have anything about this, like skills aside from perception 10.
Okay, but does it state that it has like internet access and that kind of stuff?
No, it doesn't. I may have taken a few
Willis-
too many liberties.
We will accept said liberties, and you can see like the loading dots in his visual
Oh, his
display.
yeah.
But then all you hear is bark, and you get a ding on your phone.
Awesome.
Yeah, it does show that all 3 of these people exist on Facebook and Twitter.
Twitter.
You know,
Mhm.
sorry, X.
Yes, X.
I know. I always thought people on Twitter were twits, but apparently I'm wrong now.
All right, but yeah. So while that's happening, once again, I'm still keeping a sharp eye out because.
I see Ty is wrestling with window at the moment.
Rain just busted loose pretty heavy.
Oh yeah. Well, Draco
Ooh.
did say he was checking on some stuff for a storm, so I'm not
Yeah.
surprised by that.
Most definitely.
But with a 15, how well did I go up your tree?
Oh, you climb that thing like you own it. However,
yeah.
you get about halfway up where you start seeing like a lot of scratch marks, some bite marks, and a copious amount of blood down the side of it.
That's about high enough then. I'll
I will allow you to
secure
do it.
myself
You can
to
take
the
another.
tree.
Oh, sorry.
What my hope is that I can turn with my scope and spot the tracks I'd found and track them on out as far as the scope can see.
Give me another roll, this time with advantage because you have the high ground and a device to help.
Okay. Oh. One.
Bear, back up.
Cool.
Okay, with a 19, yes, you can clearly identify the trail, and you can see it for a good mile or so through the advantage that you have.
But nowhere along that do I see any signs of anything alive, human-wise.
Nope, you don't see any branches from the path. They are all heading in a straight line, and the tracks look fairly consistent. Lots of little hands and 3 major drag lines.
Okay. Let myself back down the tree and report to the other two what I find, what I saw.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah, I have like
Just need to avoid forget might have a car.
No, this is not good.
At this point, Cobalt, your radio goes off, and it's station 24. Hey man, just reaching out. How are things going out there? We're getting a lot of non-responses on all of the frequencies.
So,
Like some of the watch stations have gone down. Almost nobody out there is checking in with us.
well, watch station 36 is still operational. Ranger Bradley should be there, and we're dealing with.
I need a moment.
And so far we're dealing with a fatality, and we got 3 other missing hunters.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, there's like 6 different groups of civilians that we're not hearing from right now, and we're starting to get a bit freaked out, man. I mean, 1 person shows up dead, 3 people missing, and now within 24 hours we have like entire groups of campers and hikers that are just not checking in anymore.
Follow protocol. Double check your equipment, make sure everything's working.
We're double checking the equipment. We have rangers heading out to site to make sure that everything's okay. Sometimes people run out of batteries. You know, they're just not prepared for this. But I'm telling you, man, it's being pretty consistent across the board. We're kind of freaking out here.
Have everybody check in every 10 minutes.
Roger.
Go ahead and look at a bolt, set a 10-minute timer.
Bark. And you see the countdown show up on his visual display. Well, tell you what. Let's take a quick 10-minute break since the guys are dealing with some issues right now. And I see a big boy on the camera. And a kitty too.
Big boy.
So let's give them 10 minutes to get their situation figured out. And we'll come back in a couple of minutes and continue the biopocalypse.
Most definitely. back.
Welcome back, everyone. So far we have discovered that apparently raccoons have been hijacking bodies. So, with that, I believe Typhoon had just discovered the path continues on for quite some time, upon coming down from the tree, and communicating with Cobalt. But then we had to take a quick short-minute break for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, everyone's back.
Yeah.
What's the plan now, gentlemen?
All right.
Cobalt was gonna recap.
I did it for him. So,
All right.
also, why you gotta throw him under the bus like that? Being like, we don't need a recap, and then, oh, hey, what are you guys gonna do? Cobalt's gonna recap.
Look, anytime Cobalt speaks, it brings out this like primal urge to mess with him.
Wow.
I have seen it constantly since I've taken over as GM at times.
Ever since the soup situation, man.
Which soup situation?
I believe he's referring to MZA.
Oh God. All right. I'm just saying we've had multiple soup situations.
I know. I'm just pretty sure like that's where I seen it happen first.
I thought that was the original Iron Kingdoms.
That's what I was thinking.
Did okay, yeah, no, you're right, but that's not a soup situation. Oh, sorry, that's soup, not like soupers. It's soup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see where everyone else is going to be confused. That's not the point.
Exactly. That's not the point. So getting back into this game.
We'll have to do a live stream chat one day so people can actually understand half the nonsense we talk about.
Let me know a week in advance.
Well, just a session where time we sit down, we talk about previous games and that kind of stuff, and maybe explain some of the inside jokes that are funny for us, and everyone else is like, "What the fuck is wrong with soup?"
There's a lot that is wrong with soup if you do it wrong. But soup can never be wrong because soup is always right.
Sometimes it's leftovers.
Definitely. But you asked what we're going to be doing now. And so right now we are going to track down these last 3 hunters. David, he climbed up into a tree and through his elevated position and using the scope, he found as far as the track marks he could see, and he's marked it on the map. And we're going to see if we can find these 3 remaining hunters. I believe their names were Jarrett, Michael, and Terrence.
That is standing up so far to my notes.
All right.
Which I didn't write at all when I was making things up on the spot.
It's all right. But I am what's his face? I almost forgot my character's name. So Mark is going to look back though. You guys are military. Someone want to take point?
Aren't you the tracker?
I look over at David. Seems like I'm not the only one.
I can hold my own. If I must.
All right.
I'm just saying, the guy that works this land,
Right.
man knows how to track this land.
And at a steady but careful pace, start along the drag path.
All right. As David's going,
Rifle in hand, ready to bring it up.
Same here. Rifle ready. Staying close on David 6.
Guess I'm taking up the rear with a low ready rifle.
Yeah, you're always taking it in the rear, or up the rear.
Hey, you're in front of me, man.
Well, sexual innuendo aside.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
The innuendo? No, we do that up here plenty of times. Sometimes it's innuendo. Ha!
Just to give him a little taste.
Anyway.
So you guys do begin following down the trail for what seems to be an hour or so. These little bastards got to be some level of fucking stamina to drag something this fucking long. But I would appreciate it if you guys could roll me another perception test.
coming up.
Mm,
10 for me.
where is
Also, Steve is
Whoa,
seconding
whoa,
the
whoa,
the
whoa.
let's chat session.
Mhm.
the bus? Ah, damn.
The maniacal laugh.
Wow.
What
The
goes
one that's
first?
watching everybody six gets the best. What the?
And you know what? Sometimes the guy in the back is the most important one.
Thank you. I needed that.
So,
Alright.
guy in the back. Go ahead.
While you guys are on the trail, you hear something behind you. It sounds like it's jumping from bush to bush, but this thing is moving fucking fast. You haven't seen it exactly, but it might be a mountain lion.
Alright. On our six, and ready to rock.
All right. Can I get initiative from all of you guys?
And I get that at advantage.
You do, yes.
Man.
Oh, we'll throw in a break real quick. That's exclamation BR, right?
Yep. Wow. I get the nat one. Oh,
That's your second one
that's-
tonight.
oh wow. The average dice bot is hating me right now.
I have no number by initiative on this sheet. What
Dexterity
am I
modifier.
looking at? Okay.
Okay.
I
Oh, god damn it.
Mhm.
I was hoping it was going to get to go first. Well, Sota, you haven't necessarily identified the target yet, but you do look in the proper direction. Please make a perception test with advantage.
Ooh.
after I remove a furball.
You know, it's funny because it could very well be a cat you guys are fighting.
Uh-oh.
Meow. Nat! 20! God!
I got this thing in my sights. And initiative.
Okay, so you rolled a nat 20. So, from one of the bushes, you see gleamingly, almost glowing green eyes. And you can tell with a slitted iris that they are very clearly feline. You can see the silhouette of it in the bushes. But beyond that, you also notice something strange. At an odd angle, there appears to be a very thorny flower sticking out of the bush.
Hmm.
But it's moving.
Look to be moving along with the cat.
It's hard to tell, but it kind of looks like it might be attached to its tail.
Whoa.
Okay.
It currently has 3/4 cover right now, so half cover. So its defense is 16 at the moment.
Whoa.
Okay.
Looks like it's time to do this.
Hmm.
Mm.
Not very good.
Unfortunately, with the 10, that is not enough to hit the target.
No. Not right.
But with a loud boom, the rifle discharges shot. It flies into the bush, but it misses the target. You can see it hunker down even lower, its eyes even more vibrant than it was before, and the flower has moved from a odd angle to a straight up. And because you got a nat 20, one of the first things that you notice is that the thorns on this thing are getting longer.
Whoa.
Horns on it? Wow. Quit it.
You still have a movement, a bonus, and a reaction.
Right.
I can make some suggestions, like potentially moving to cover or something, because cover grants basically better defense than any armor you're ever going to wear.
Picking a tree somewhat between it and me and keeping it in my scope as I move behind the tree for cover.
Yeah, for sure. Outside of that, I don't think you really have much for bonus actions optional at this point, and your reaction is still
Not that really apply.
Okay, so with that, you position yourself behind the tree, getting it between you and whatever the hell this thing is that you guys have found in the wilderness. But that moves on to its turn. Cobalt, what's your defense?
Well, you want to know? It's
What's
12.
your defense,
It's 12. It's a mighty 12. Yes!
That mountain lion!
With that, you see this large cat dash from the trees, heading towards a bush, heading towards a tree. And as it's moving, it does a spinning twist. And Cobalt, you see these 8-inch long thorns off of a flower growing out of its tail come
Whoa.
flying towards you. And before you can do anything, they sink harmlessly into the dirt in front of you.
Phew.
The cat finishes its move and is now behind a tree.
Oh, okay. I almost died, y'all. It was almost over.
I seen Jesus. He was white.
Oh, no. We're not having that talk right now. Woo. Join us for the next stream as we talk about religion. Anyway, coolness.
All praise and love God, our crispy chicken.
Oh no. So what's next? Because I don't think it's my turn next.
No, next up is actually going to be Draco.
I'm a man of no fear. Get my gun up. Start getting around the tree so I get my sights on it so I can shoot it.
Okay, so you're going to spend your move action to take a better shot, effectively reducing its defense from 16 to 14.
Yes, sir.
All right. This will also leave you out in the open if it decides to attack you as well, just for clarification.
I'm scared.
That's how it starts. Maybe you should be afeared of the big kitty with a spiny tail. It's only like 200 pounds of mountain lion.
It's pretty damn big for a mountain.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're 22 hits. You don't need to.
I'm just saying.
I know. Roll your damage.
So how does the burst function work on a rifle? I never got to that.
I believe it's very similar to in Esper Genesis, where it like fills an area.
Because it says it has properties, burst.
Yeah, burst 3 is the
auto.
amount that it consumes. I honestly neglected to read that part. That is a failure on my side of this GM. So give me a hot moment. But I have a feeling it's going to be the same as Esper Genesis, where it like fills an area.
Okay, I just know it has like three round burst on it or something like that, and automatic mode.
Yeah, just a moment. I am trying to get to that part as well.
And it's a PV3.
That's penetration value.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the way that armor works in this is it doesn't actually increase your defense at all. What it does is it offers you a chance to basically ignore a lethal wound on a test. However, if your armor value is lower than the penetration value, you don't get that roll.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so if you have armor value 4, you need at least a penetrating 4 value weapon to actually deny you that armor save.
Damn, my best was nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Dick. And
Sam?
the worst part is, like, you and Ty both chose the same profession,
I know.
so
Pretty
you
much.
both have it.
Yep.
Okay, so I have come across burst weapons. Burst weapons with the burst fire property can expend additional ammunition to deal increased damage. This number includes the number of ammo rounds required. Using burst imposes disadvantage on the attack roll, but adds 1 damage dice if the attack succeeds. Combatants must declare they are using burst fire before the attack. Burst fire cannot be used at long range.
Okay, good to know. So in the future, now I know if I want to just burst the shit out of something.
But again, it's at disadvantage. Well, you say it's fine until you miss a lot. But with that, roll your damage, sir. You hear a high-pitched hiss as this thing takes a shot to its shoulder, but it is still up and in the fight. That leaves you with a bonus action if you have anything you would like to do, or your reaction is still on the table if you have anything that comes in.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, moving down the line, we are at the man of the hour himself, the lucky let's go.
Yeah, so Mark is commanding my Robodog bolt. Is that a move or a bonus action?
It is an action.
It is an
It
action.
is an actual action to use companions.
Okay, cool. All right, so for my actual action, I am going to enact a plan. All right,
Which plan?
I'm going to use the plan. Expect the unexpected. All right.
Please enlighten us.
Yeah, long story short, I'm going to like reach into my bag real quick and start putting on a vest effectively, and start putting in plates into it just to up my AC, my defense by 3. So it should be 15 now.
Oh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Now, for those of you watching at home, the system does not have magic in it at all. It is a very modern-based system. However, characters like the smart archetype get what are called plans, which can be used on the fly and effectively are kind of like, hey, I prepped for this. It could be anything from poisoning food and weapons to setting up traps, or in this case, pulling out a improvised armor that he's slapping on himself. There are some awesome stuff for this. Again, I highly recommend checking out this system if you guys like to roleplay.
Most definitely.
But that still leaves you with your move, your bonus, and reaction.
Definitely, and honestly, I am going to move by what's his face, Orin.
David? Oh, Orin, so you're going to go out in the open then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if he's all gung ho and going to get jacked up, I need to be somewhat nearby in order to patch him up.
Okay, for sure. But that finishes round 1. We're now entering round 2, starting off with David. Typhoon 44. What you gonna do?
I still have a clear line of sight on it. Got into my sight.
You will have to shift slightly. It will take your action, but it will allow you to at least make a shot. It does still have about 3/4 cover.
Okay. So am I firing at any disadvantage or?
Unless you have an ability that states it, no. Its defense is currently at a 16 at this point. Oh no, sorry. That would be half cover. 3/4 is like defense 20. So defense 16.
Okay.
Whew!
Whack.
Goddamn. That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Is that 22?
Oh.
What?
17 plus 5. He's not shooting a 22. The result is 22.
Back up.
I mean, I don't think a 22 would do much against a big cat like that in general, but
In this. Yeah. you're right on there. 22.
That's a step up from a pea shooter.
Close. Hooray. For another 15 points to it.
Oh, gee.
Max damage.
Woo.
Okay.
Okay,
Is there,
go on.
is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Step back behind cover, of course.
You are still in partial cover, but you've already spent your move action to maneuver into the spot.
Right. Okay.
Actually, I didn't read the rules very much. It might actually be like 5th edition, where you don't have to spend all your move at 1. You can move like 10, take a shot, and
Right.
then step back. So I will treat it as
you did
such.
say- Yeah, you did say I only had to shift slightly, so
Yeah.
if
So
it is
for
like
all-
this.
yeah, you're back in 3/4 cover.
Okay.
Okay. But that makes it its turn.
Bum, bum, bum.
And it can't be feeling very good.
No. And in fact, it's starting to book.
Oh, hell no.
It's starting to what?
Now, book it. It's running.
No.
Why is everyone opposed to this decision?
Attack of
Animal.
opportunity.
If you were engaged in close combat.
Damn. I don't get
Yeah.
one.
First of all, it's still its turn, effectively. So this would it be using the disengage action to make its move.
Okay.
Really? Jacob, why are you typing?
Because once you're done doing your thing, I'm still gonna shoot it.
Okay, well, effectively, it's your turn now. I'm sure you're still within range.
I just want to blast it. I just want to blast it. Damn it.
Unfortunately, that is a miss, sir.
Fucking kid.
You still have movement if you would like to use it. No? Okay. But that brings us, again, back to the man of the hour, Cobalt! What you gonna do now that this cat's fleeing?
Oh. I want to send Bolt after it, but I don't want him to die. Okay.
Alright.
So you don't want to initiate a chase scene?
We are on a mission.
We are on a mission. If we don't destroy that thing, it's going to kill more. So yeah, I am
Was that
going
the
to.
mission, though?
Well, part of the mission was that thing, and the other part is seeing if we could find one of these 3 hunters. Choices. Ah. Okay. Guys, we're just going to have to stay on point on this one, unfortunately. We gotta let it get away for now. We still have to find these other 3 hunters and hope that they're still alive. So, yeah, well, before I say that, can I take a shot at it? Or,
It's still your turn.
yeah, I am, I'm gonna take a shot at it. Come on, shoot it.
Just did that 20.
Oh, dear heavens. That is definitely in the wrong channel. Okay, let's try it in the right channel for a change.
Ha!
All right.
Told you it happens.
It really does. Let's see. Of course not. Oh. Avery, what have I done to thee?
Well,
Called Avery and got it asleep.
No,
I mean, he
I'm
did
just using old
technically
English.
give a recap.
It is fine. If I miss, I miss.
Are you sure? The GM is being generous here. Are you going to not take it?
No, I am not. Okay, fine. Okay. Peer pressure has worked. All
Draco
right.
would come over there and slap the shit out of you.
All right. I'm taking the shot for you, Draco. All right. So thank you for the refiring. And let's see if it works this time. Come on.
Unfortunately, that still does fall short. and the bright red and yellow flower with huge spines and thorns coming off of it quickly escapes from sight.
Hmm.
You feel that this may not, in fact, be the last time you see this thing. Dun dun dun.
Kind of frustrating.
Oh boy.
But that still leaves you guys on the path. Although, running into a mutated animal like that was not something you were expecting.
Hmm.
Cobalt's character's name,
Mark.
Mark. I'll look at Mark. Amanda, the gal that brought us out here, said something about a green mist or something. What do you know about it?
Not much. Showed up not too long ago. Kind of settled. Kind of low. Like a fog. I was up in the ranger station, so didn't touch me. Didn't seem to affect much. But now it seems as if it's done a few things to the pilot life.
It's definitely post-mist that things started changing around here.
And definitely changing for the worse. Alright, let's see if we can find one of these hunters, or at least what's left of them.
We need to be extra cautious. This rifle should have rocked any regular mountain lion.
Agreed. You see its tail?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Not normal at all.
Can my comm reach headquarters? Do I have a link with headquarters?
It might be worth a try.
Doing that and reporting in, should I be able to establish it?
Okay. What do you say on the comms?
Oh, how good. Reports of green mist, and since green mist, vegetal life growing on and influencing the animal life within the park.
You hear a quick, almost dial tone sound on your comms, and before long, you get a response. This is Corporal
Okay.
Command. I believe you were the team dispatched to Yellowstone, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Correct.
Report.
We are encountering, after reports of a mist, green mist, covering the park, animals that seem to have plant life growing out of them or as part of them. They also seem to be quite a bit stronger, faster, everything enhanced. We need backup here.
Report acknowledged. Await further instructions. And you hear the click as the line goes dead.
Unfortunately, I gotta do the same. I gotta contact the ranger stations and let them know what's going on, and pretty much, if anybody is out, bring them back in.
Yep.
All right. You reach out on the
Get
radio,
them to fortify their positions.
and as soon as you do, a ranger from Station 24 again. Oh, Station 36. Is that you?
This is Station 36. Ranger Mark,
Oh.
go ahead.
Okay, things are going like real wonky out here. I'm hearing about animal attacks all over the place. Everyone's packing it in. We're actually getting ready to start extracting people at first light. What about you? Are you hurt? Any more casualties? Did you find those hunters?
Negative. We didn't find the hunters, but we did find something that probably took a part in killing them. Animal.
Damn.
Different. Strange.
Yeah, I'm hearing all sorts of things like killer raccoons. I even heard about a 10-foot tall bison. Can you believe that?
No. Don't wait. bring people in now.
They're not sending anybody in. We're trying to figure out a way to get out. Also, have you heard from Lily? She's been quiet for a little while now, too.
Wait. Where was she
Yeah.
last?
Last I heard, she was at her station.
What was it? Tower 23, right?
No, she actually usually sticks in her personal cottage on the property. Remember, she's a full-time resident here.
Right.
She's actually not far from your Tower 36. I think within like 20 miles.
Keep on trying to raise her on the radio. We're gonna give one good look around for these hunters, and if we can't find them, we'll check on Lily.
I'm sending out regular radios right now, but everything is scattered right now. I have a lot of towers that are not checking in right now.
Did you tell them to check in every 10 minutes?
Of course I told them to check in every 10 minutes. The problem is that some of them have still not responded to that.
This isn't.
Whatever's happening out there, it's bad.
Hunker down. Fortify your location. Get your ammo
Understood.
out. Get your guns ready.
Understood.
And with that, return to the other soldiers. We could continue looking for these 3 hunters, but more than likely they're dead. That's a friend of mine.
I concur with that.
Her name's Lily. Stays in the cabin by herself, not too far from here. I want to check on her. Fine by you?
We're on wait orders anyway. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Speaking of, your comm lights up, David.
Activating.
This is Corporal McManus. I have received further instructions from you. You are to seek out a botanist in the area named Amy Chen, Dr. Amy Chen. Report to her.
Amy Chen.
Yeah, any findings you have, report to her. She has detailed information that we must recover.
Copy that.
And remember, everything is need-to-know basis.
Understood.
McManus, over and out, as he hangs up.
What'd you say this friend of yours name is?
She's a botanist, Dr. Chen.
Let's head for her.
I know the way. Follow me. And yeah, heading over to Liz's cabin as swiftly as possible.
So by swiftly, I assume you guys are heading back to the campsite and hopping back in the Jeep.
Yes.
Okay. With that does cut down the amount of time it takes to travel, like 20 miles. A lot faster. Within the hour, you guys pull up onto a very familiar looking cabin for you. Log style, 2 open windows on the front, a door in the middle, and a actually fairly nice looking porch. It's not a huge property, but it's pretty nice for what the standard cabins would be out here. You see her pickup is still in the front of the area. She should be home.
Okay. So does everything look completely fine? Can I do a perception check to see if I can find if there's any hints of anything wrong happening?
You can make a roll if you would like.
Okay.
I think I'll join him in that.
You know, if she's been working with these plans, could she herself been infected?
Now, see, the logical person could assume that is a possibility. However, I will say, since you two do not know the area, you two are rolling a disadvantage, the soldiers.
No.
Because you don't exactly know what is or is not normal for this situation.
I'm looking at the map at this point.
Right.
I'll let David do what David's doing. I'm going to start thinking of exit routes just in case situations.
Whichever one's lower. Ouch. So I rolled a 19, then I rolled an 11. Since it's disadvantage,
Mhm.
there you go.
With the 11, everything looks pretty much normal. Cobalt, your 13, on the other hand, does kind of show that the windows are more fogged up than they should be. Almost like there's something very warm and humid inside of the cabin.
I got a bad feeling about this. David, swing around. Come in through the back. I'll go in through the front.
Copy.
Orin,
Slinging my rifle, switching to my pistols.
Okay.
Orin, you mind covering me?
On your ticks.
Yeah, I kind of have a hunting rifle, so that's not going to be really good for this case. So I'll switch to my my knife,
Okay.
and I'll send in Bolt. Actually, Bolt's going to go ahead of me, but I'm still going towards the front door to see what's going on.
Okay. Outside of combat, you don't really have to worry about it too much. Bolt will follow your standard commands. Just during combat, getting him to do anything takes actual actions.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But yeah,
But with that, you get to the door, and the whole place. One of the first things you notice smells very fragrant, like lilacs, juniper berry, and honey.
I get to the door, knock. Lily, it's Mark. You okay?
You do not hear an immediate response.
One more time. Don't. Lily! Is the door locked?
You test it, and the answer is no.
I kind of gesture towards Orin to let him know that things are not good and that I'm going in. Get the knife ready. Open the door. Bolt. Recon.
Wolf. And you hear the tinking of his metal feet as he begins to head out in a circular pattern of the room. You step in, and it's the usual living area that she has. She has a small TV, a couple of gas-powered lamps in case the generators go out, a love seat, a full-sized sofa, and her typical lazy man ottoman. And the smell is super strong in here. The dark color of the wood, the bright color of her furniture, and the currently bright lights in the area kind of gives a nice warm and homey feeling. And hear a noise coming from the kitchen.
Alright. I'll head towards the kitchen. Knife. Well, actually, I'm going to send Bolt over there. Lily! It's you in the kitchen?
Still no reply.
Say that again?
Still no reply.
So yeah, Bolt's gonna go over there first.
You hear like the tick 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 of his feet walking in there, and then bark, 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 bark,
Okay.
bark, bark.
I'm assuming that's a bad
Bark.
sign.
He's continually making the same noise.
All right.
At this point in time, David has reached the back door and has a look into like kind of a storage area. She looks like there's like winter jackets and a whole bunch of other stuff in this back room, but you can't see into the kitchen from your location, Ty.
But
But
no
you-
signs of movement in this
In this area-
immediately in this room.
No, but you can start hearing from a distance bark, bark, bark.
Test the door, see if it's locked.
It is not locked.
Yeah. Open the door slowly, carefully, quietly.
For sure. You see that there's about a 5-foot gap between this door and then another door, which looks to be like a slightly more reinforced door. There's no window or anything to see through it. But that door is locked.
Okay. Any other windows in this entry foyer, or
Nope.
nothing to
No.
allow me to see in?
No. If
Back out
anything,
the door.
yeah, this actually looks more like an add-on where she was able to put some more storage in. It was added on after the
Right,
initial
right.
construction.
Back out the door and continue. Same. I would guess I did something like a counterclockwise pattern around the house, coming around the backside,
For
and
sure.
I'll continue around, looking for windows into the house.
Okay. On your trip back around to the front, finishing the rotation, you do see that there is a window. But we'll get back to you in just a second.
Okay.
Cobalt, you hear your robot companion making the same alerting noise that you have programmed him to do. There's still no response, and Bolt has not moved.
All right, I gotta go and investigate. Knife at the
Okay.
ready. What do I see?
As you slowly creep your way across the living room, trying not to make too much noise and trying to listen as much as possible, you finally reach the doorway into the kitchen. You peek your head slowly around the corner, and you see a figure standing there. Petite woman, hair pulled back into a bun, and she's just kind of standing there at the moment.
Oh,
Do you want to give me a perception test?
yes, I do.
Okay, give me that perception test, please.
Wow. Eight.
Cobalt.
You see that parts of her clothing are damp, although you're not entirely sure with what, but they are discolored, and she is facing a wall and not really moving at the moment.
Uh, Lily, you okay?
Still no response.
Maybe she has her ear buddies or whatever those things are called in. Yeah, I'm gonna go and tap her on the shoulder, see if she's okay.
For sure. And as you approach her, you see a face in the window. It's David.
Oh, okay.
When you do that, Lily turns and
Oh!
you can
I
see her like
preach.
you can see her
Preaching!
viciously rip out her earbuds. What the hell are you doing?
What? Why do you
And-
have your
and-
earbuds in?
And you can see like she still has her phone in one hand as she was just about ready to throw it at your face.
Oh, you practically
was-
gave me a heart attack, Lily.
I was making tea and checking my emails, jackass. What are you doing in my house?
Or
And then, boom! You hear the door get fucking smashed in the front. David, you see a woman screaming. You see Mark screaming, and you hear the front door has been breached. What do you do?
clear. It's all
Both
clear.
butt around the front.
It's all clear.
With that, Orin has breached the door, comes in, gun ready and aimed as he does the quick look around the room as he enters into the living room. Following immediately, he makes it into the kitchen. And, well, needless to say, Lily is surprised. She drops her phone, her arms go straight up in the air, and she lets out another scream.
Oh. Okay. That's funny.
Sorry,
Wait,
if
It
you
wasn't
don't-
Mark screaming.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
no, I think the first one was him.
Yeah, I should have said oop.
Activating comms. What status in there?
Everything's
Mark in
fine.
distress, getting scared by a petite woman.
No, it was that face in the. Anyway. Lily,
All clear.
we have a situation.
Coming in.
What in the hell are you doing here?
All right. We're making
don't you
sure
know how to
you're
knock?
safe. I did knock, Lily.
Well, you should know better than to just walk into my place. What if I was naked, you pervert?
You were supposed to have your doors locked. We've had the security and safety talk multiple times, Lily. You locked your doors.
I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, okay? No one's coming to my door. You know who the last one that showed up at my door was? It was you.
Now there's 3 of us, so that
Also,
logic is now no
Who
longer.
the hell are you and what did you do to my front door?
Yeah,
You better be
so
fixing it.
All right, Lily, that's not the point right now.
What is the point? These jackasses just ripped down my front door.
Lily, people are dying. There are strange creatures out there, creatures we haven't seen before. All right, you're in danger. We are all in danger. We are losing contact with the other ranger stations. Hunting parties have gone missing. We've already come across one corpse. There's probably 3 more out there from the party I was investigating.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Gather your things. Come with us. We're leaving now.
But I can't leave. My research is at an all-time peak.
Copy it to a flash drive and let's go.
You don't understand. I can't leave the specimens.
What
specimens,
specimens?
you say.
So, okay, I know you're not going to nerd out about this as much as I do, but I was able to collect some samples of the plant matter after the green mist thing,
Okay.
and you'd be surprised to know they grew all on their own.
Wait.
In fact, I have several specimens in my lab downstairs, which are growing healthy, and they just bloomed fruit.
Wait, specimens blooming fruit. What type of specimens, Lily? What type of experiments are you doing here, Lily?
Well, first of all, that mist that was out there was actually large concentrations of pollen emissions,
Okay.
like flower pollen.
I understand what pollen is.
Yeah, I was able to collect some samples, and from the petri dishes, they started to grow. So I put them in some dirt and I watered them, possibly giving them nitrates too, but that's not the point. The point is that these things grew into being actual plants that we've never seen before. And they just started growing fruit on them.
Okay. I am glad that this pollen is dealing with rapid mitosis, but
Well, mitosis is the division of the cells. It's not quite like that. They're growing like regular plants do, so there is cellular division, but it's not quite mitosis.
then what is it?
Well, it's propagation. They absorb energy from around them, although it doesn't necessarily have to be um, solar radiation. They lack chlorophyll like most other things. There's this other protein that's inside the cell that allows them to turn everything from radio waves and electricity into protein.
Interesting.
These things need almost nothing to actually grow. They grow off of what's available in the environment. It's fascinating. And then on top of that, if you have multiple sections of them, they will actually grow together to make a bigger plant. It's fascinating stuff.
I haven't heard of an organism like that before.
No, that's why it's fascinating. I am literally on the cusp of the biggest breakthrough in human discovery. And I don't want to leave that.
Show me your research. I gotta see this for myself.
Oh, okay. I'll take you to the lab downstairs. Your goons can stay up here.
Well, they're not goons. That's Oren, that's David.
Well, one of them ripped down my door, so he's a brute.
Whatever
That was
you
him.
need to call me. Just doing my job.
Okay, well, whatever your job is, I'm sure it has nothing to do with me.
Gentlemen.
In the meantime, while they go downstairs, get on the comms again and report in.
Okay.
Give a brief
This is
description of what's gone on so far, where we're at, and what this scout claims she's found.
hmm, this is Corporal McManus, and your report is adequate. She needs to be extracted as soon as humanly possible. Also, extract all samples that you can. Use force if necessary.
Understood.
Now, about the wildlife, if you can get a live sample of any of those cultures, that is preferable.
Oh no.
Understood.
Please communicate back within the next hour. If not, we will assume everyone is DOA and terminate your contracts.
As is standard.
As
See
is
you in an
standard.
hour.
Excellent. Click. Okay. Meanwhile,
We need.
down in the basement. Oh, sorry, you were going to say something, Todd?
Biggest house of
I'm gonna fill my buddy here in.
Oh, yeah, for
Good.
sure. You know, the best team is a notified team.
Right.
Okay. While those two are having a conversation upstairs, Lily takes you downstairs. She punches in her code into the heavily reinforced door leading into her own personal lab. And as soon as you step in there, it's damn near like a jungle.
Oh.
There are so many plants, the grow lights, everything down there. It is the perfect plant habitation. Although one of the things that kind of stands out the most is these large plants as tall as sunflowers, but the plant is different. It looks kind of like a tiger lily at the head of it rather than a sunflower, with very large black probes coming out of them, which you can roll perception on if you want to notice anything particularly funky about these things.
Sure, I will. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna look back to Bolt, and I'm going to go ahead and tap by my eye to give him the signal to like record everything.
Mm-hmm. And you see the display on his eyes go from blue to green.
Awesome. Thank you, little buddy.
Okay. How is
Yeah,
that the same as the one you rolled earlier too?
because I am rolling garbage.
Thanks, Avery. Okay.
This man knows no bounds on low rolls.
Yeah, so you guys should be rolling great. All right, I got all the low rolls.
But with that, Lily kind of guides you around, and she's like, "See, these are the plants that I'm talking about. See, these ones were just the solo clusters that once they started growing, they made singular stalk plants with very large and very colorful heads. Although I have noticed that the proboscis attached to them are actually heat sensitive. If you watch here, I'll show you. She takes a very large like you know those mechanic torches that are like lights that you'll hang when trying to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes,
large
yes.
hooded like light effectively.
Yes.
They put off a shit ton of light. She puts one right in front of the flower and she moves it side to side, and you can see the head of the flower move in the direction she moves it.
Huh.
As far as I can tell, the proboscis that comes from the center of the plant, those long black stringy parts,
Mhm.
are heat detecting organs for the plant.
Heat detecting organs,
Yes,
like that of a
'cause
snake.
similar, yes. But beyond that, they usually remain fairly calm. But in the presence of biological animals, here, watch. She gets a little bit closer, and you can see like the leaves growing up partially the stalk kind of lift up, and they reveal a cluster of bright red berries.
Mm.
You see that? It's almost like they want things to eat the fruit off of them.
You haven't eaten any of these berries, have you?
Oh, of course not.
Have you tested any of these berries?
I have been doing some scans on them recently, but I haven't finished my diagnosis.
How's the technology of her setup?
About as advanced as you can expect a botanist to have.
Mm.
It's not like she's got like electron microscopes or anything like that, but she's got chemical analysis, a good powered computer with its own individual modem,
Mm-hmm.
and one of those like older style towers so that she could have several like terabytes of information stored on it.
Okay. Lily, as much as I would love to resume the tour, it doesn't change the fact that things have gotten too dangerous out here.
Yeah, but I can just lock myself down here. I'll be fine. I can outweigh
You
anything.
will not be fine. Just as these specimens are growing in unexpected ways, things outside are doing the same. We're getting reports of some very dangerous, very crazy animals. Some that we have seen seems like some type of splicing between mammal and plant.
Hmm. There may be some credence to your claims.
You just
Um,
explained it. It seems as if these plants want other creatures to eat, to consume it.
it is one thing for something to want something to eat its own fruit, right? That is how a lot of plants actually spread their seed. Is the animal eats the fruit, its seed goes through the digestive system, and when they excrete it, it becomes the new plant. That is quite a regular thing. What you're talking about is genetic modification through eating something.
Lily,
That that's absurd.
let me.
Did they leave the door, the big metal door to this place open?
Yes.
Yeah, we done like that. Yeah.
I'm coming downstairs, my pistol in hand, one of the two, looking right at Mark, Mike, whatever.
Mark.
Mark.
Command says, we need to go. We need to go now. She's to come with and samples that we can take. Now.
Ooh. You know what? I love the drama that you just brought in, Ty, and I actually think that's a wonderful time for us to call her a night.
Mmm.
Dun
Ba
dun
ba
dun! A player-made
ba.
cliffhanger. Woo!
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Again, it is a great honor to be the GM for Cobalt's channel for a change. We will be running the second part of this episode tomorrow at the regular time, preferably. And thank you all so much for joining us. Please remember to smash that subscribe button, slap that thumbs up,
Right.
and leave comments. Whatever you guys can do. We all love the attention you guys give us, and we are here to share our stories with you. But with that, have a good night, y'all.
Good night.